Hi friends, it's Chloe here, and today we have another exciting episode. Today we are making dorayaki, aka Japanese red bean pancakes. If anyone grew up watching the cartoon Doraemon like I did, then you'll be familiar that this red bean pancake is his favorite snack on the show. Today I am following a recipe from Just One Cookbook. It is super easy to make, so let's get started. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crack 4 eggs into my bowl and whisk them until fluffy. Fish out any eggshells if you see any. I'm going to give them a good whip. I beat as much air into these eggs as possible. Now I'm adding 140 grams of sugar. At this point, I wish I really had a proper whisk, but good arm workout. So one of the special things about this pancake is that it actually uses honey as one of the sweeteners. The good thing about the honey is that it actually will enhance the flavor and be more aromatic. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. Look at the golden richness. I'm going to whisk this all together. I switched to a bigger bowl, but now I'm going to sift in my flour and baking powder. The recipe called for immense precision, so I have 160 grams of all-purpose flour measured here. That's equivalent to about 1 1/3 cup. I'm going to sift it through. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now give it a good mix. As you can see, the batter is now a beautiful, rich golden yellow. We're going to let it chill in the fridge for about 15 minutes. I took the batter out of the fridge, and now for the last step, I'm going to add some water. And mix that in. Now comes the fun part. We're going to start frying up our pancakes. I have a nonstick pan here that I'm going to put on my induction burner. I'm going to use a neutral oil like canola oil to lightly grease my pan. So I've turned on my burner, and we only really need a low to medium heat. In addition to that, I've added some oil here, but we don't need that much. So here's a little trick to help get off any excess oil. You use a little paper towel, and you put it in the pan to soak up any excess grease, as well as to help distribute it. Now I'm going to ladle in some of the batter. I want the pancake to be 8 centimeters in diameter, so it's quite a small pancake. I'm gonna cover and let that cook. So we're looking for a fair amount of bubbles before we flip. Okay, so they say patience is a virtue, right? So we're finally done. My house smells so good. The sweetness of the honey is really wafting through every crevice of my house. These are my pancakes. It was a little bit tricky to get an even coloring on all of them, just like they're typically seen, but I'm sure they taste really great. There's a nice little crisp on the edge, and they're soft and fluffy. But we're not quite there yet. We still have to fill them with our red bean filling. To assemble our dorayaki, we're going to take 2 pieces of the pancake. Preferably you want to take 2 pieces that were similar in size. I struggled a little bit with this and ended up with some lopsided ones because I was trying to fit so many in the pan. I'm going to take some red bean paste, fill it with about 1 tablespoon of ready-made paste. If anyone is unfamiliar with red bean paste, essentially what it is red azuki beans that are mashed up and mixed with sugar, and they're created into this beautiful, savory, sweet, nutty condiment. Not really a condiment, that you can use for lots of different dishes. And now I'm going to take the other piece and put the nice side on the top and use the plastic wrap to help me mold it. So I repeated that process of assembling my dorayaki by taking 2 pieces of the pancake, filling it with red bean, and sandwiching it together. I have them all packaged up now, ready to go, because I actually made these in advance so that they're ready to eat whenever I want to. And also because they will dry out over time, so it's better to keep them packaged. But for the sake of today, let's cut into one and have a look. Oh my goodness, and look at that! Look! They are fluffy and spongy. The red bean paste is so aesthetic. And the best thing is they smell so good. I would wear this as a perfume. Honestly, I would wear this as a perfume. It's getting late, but I'm just gonna try a little bit. Just a little. Here's my little piece. No words. They're soft and aromatic and spongy and delicate. For my taste though, they are quite on the sweet side. I think if I had it right out of the pan, there probably would have been a little bit of crisp to it as well. And these did rise quite a bit, but I think other dorayaki recipes actually have more of a rise, and that would be nice too. This actually reminds me of when I was a high schooler in Hong Kong and we used to go to 7-Eleven, and you can actually buy these pre-packaged. They have different flavors like custard or peanut butter or obviously red bean. Anyways, it's getting late and I would definitely recommend this. It does require a little bit of patience when making, but the perfect thing is that if you can store them, you can pack them for breakfast or lunch or snack for the next day because they keep well and they taste so good. And I'm pretty sure if you shared them with your friends, maybe not at this time, but if you shared them with others, they'd be really impressed as well. Anyways, that's all for me. Have a good night. In addition to that, I've added some oil here, but we don't need that much. I'm talking with my chopsticks.